Welcome to the November edition of Bridge to India's Renewable Energy Tenders and Auctions Update. Tender activity was again mild this month, with only 3 utility-scale tenders aggregating 110 megawatts and 2 rooftop solar tenders aggregating 60 megawatts capacity issued. The positive part was Meghalaya, a small northeastern state and a new entrant to the renewable sector, issuing 4 tenders for a total capacity of 90 megawatts. Bid submission date was extended for a remarkable 19 tenders, and auctions were completed for 3 utility-scale solar tenders. The highlight for the month was tariff discovery of 2 rupees per kilowatt-hour in SECI's Rajasthan Solar 1070 megawatts auction. Deadline for Railways 2 1000 megawatt tenders continue to be repeatedly extended, partly because of amendments in minimum CUF and timeline, but also because of persistent land allocation issues. SECI's Karnataka Solar 2500 megawatts and GUVNL's Solar Tranche 11 500 megawatts tenders continue to similarly suffer from land-related issues. Meanwhile, deadlines for 3 REVA tenders aggregating 1500 megawatts have been extended as certain conditions in tender deviate from standard bidding guidelines and approval of the same by CERC is pending. Bids were submitted for Uttarakhand's Solar 40 megawatts tender. Premier Solar was the only interested developer. Monthly trend shows that both tender issuance and auctions have been slowing down month on month. Multiple amendments in bidding guidelines, changes in tender specifications, and unwillingness of DISCOMs to sign PPAs have resulted in market uncertainty. Let us now delve into the notable tenders issued during the month. Meghalaya issued a 10 megawatts tender under Kusum scheme. Expressions of interest have been invited for substation-wise solar projects to be set up within 5 kilometers of specified substations in the state. Power will be purchased by MEPDCL, the state government-owned electric utility company. The state floated another tender for development of 2 10 megawatts solar park-based projects in the state. The tender has a ceiling tariff of 4 rupees per kilowatt-hour. Power will again be purchased by MEPDCL. The Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai announced a 100 megawatts floating solar hydro hybrid tender with 20 megawatts hydro and 80 megawatts floating solar components. The project will be built at Middle Vetarna Dam in Maharashtra. The tender has a ceiling tariff of 4 rupees 48 paisa per kilowatt-hour. There is no domestic content requirement for any of these tenders. There were only 2 rooftop solar tenders with a total capacity of 60 megawatts in the month, both by Meghalaya. First is a 10 megawatts tender for residential rooftop solar with domestic content requirement. This tender includes 20 to 40% capital subsidy provision under MNRE's rooftop solar program. The second tender is for development of 50 megawatts off-grid solar projects in RESCO mode. Projects will receive 90% subsidy under MNRE's off-grid and decentralized solar PV applications program. Power will be purchased by MEPDCL. There is no domestic content requirement for this tender. 3 auctions were held this month. The highlight was SECI's Rajasthan Solar 1070 megawatts auction, where tariff dropped to an inconceivable level of Rs 2 per kilowatt-hour, a 15% drop from the previous lowest tariff of 2 rupees 36 paisa per kilowatt-hour discovered just 5 months ago. This was a relatively safe tender with security of offtake and cheap land and transmission availability. The tender saw aggressive bidding with participation from multiple major foreign investor-backed developers as well as PSUs including NTPC and SJVN. Projects were awarded to Al Jamaya, a Saudi Arabian conglomerate and new entrant in the Indian renewables market, Sembcorp and NTPC at tariffs of 2 rupees per kilowatt-hour and 2 rupees 1 paisa per kilowatt-hour. Low tariffs indicate eagerness of winners to scale up. Reluctance to bid in hybrid schemes has made small to mid-sized developers that have recently raised money keen on vanilla solar tenders. However, such low tariffs will make discoms even less willing to sign PPAs for projects with tariffs over 2 rupees 50 paisa per kilowatt hour, worsening offtake certainty for developers. Kerala awarded 90 megawatts and 110 megawatts solar projects to NTPC and Tata Power respectively at a tariff of 2 rupees 97 paisa per kilowatt hour. Power will be purchased by Kerala Discom KSEB. These projects can be developed anywhere in India. More detailed updates and information on all these tenders, including bidding documents, list of bidders, and project timetables are covered in India RE Navigator at www.indiarenavigator.com, a one-stop market intelligence portal for RE sector. That was the roundup for the month of November. I hope that you found this update useful. We would love to hear from you. Please send us your feedback at contact@bridgetoindia.com. We will be back early next month with the next update. Thank you.